Hello, welcome to the Wednesday Wellness Newsletter video feed. I am so excited to have you here today. If you do not know who I am, if you're just accidentally coming across me on YouTube, I am Laurel Kelsey. I'm a functional nutritionist and an exercise physiologist, trauma-informed expert, and my mission here is to help you take back control of your health through the little things, the back to basic things that you can do, that even if the doctor is telling you there's nothing you can do, it's just the situation that you're in, your labs look fine, maybe it's just all in your head, that you actually know you do have control over so many things that are related to your health. And this might look like gut health, improving gut health, improving nutrition to functionally support yourself better, maybe more movement, sleep. So looking at lifestyle habits, looking at you as a whole person, your mind, your body, and your spirit, and just helping you to, again, take back control of all of the things that you have control over to feel healthy in your life. And that you will be able to get back to enjoying the things that you love and the things you want to be a part of, and being able to have energy to be able to give back instead of just feeling like a hot mess all the time. So that's what we are here doing, and I am so excited. Whether you are already on my Wednesday Wellness newsletter list or you're just coming in, I'm so excited that you're here. Today we're talking about something that I have personally been working on for a while, and I think, and it has to do with how do we get rid of pain in our life. Chronic pain is something that is just takes so much energy out of our life, our mental energy, our physical energy, and our spiritual energy. And I want to address two things that I have been working personally on in my own health journey over the last while that I think you will just find very supportive. And if nothing else, maybe it's something that you have never thought of before and want to introduce that to you. So I think the best way to do this is to start with a story. Just the other day, our Christmas tree, so we're putting Christmas trees up, right? Maybe you're about there too, putting Christmas trees up. And no, this is not a Christmas edition newsletter, although maybe it'll turn into one. Not any like gift holiday purchase ideas or anything. But so we're putting up our Christmas tree, and it's all up. It's been up for about a week. And just the other day, the lights in the top third went completely out. And at that point, we were all like, what do we do? Do we completely undo the whole tree, go buy new lights and put new lights in? Because we did go through and check to make sure that a bulb hadn't just come loose or something. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with lights on Christmas trees. And eventually we just decided, no, let's go ahead and pull everything off, because we couldn't get it to turn back on with the fixes that we were trying to do. So we pulled everything off. And we went and bought some more lights, and we decided to double the lights actually with what we had on our current Christmas tree. So we restrung the Christmas tree and then hung everything up. And when we turned on the Christmas tree, all of us were just blown away by how different the tree looked by just doubling the amount of lights that were on it. Something that literally was so simple. We could have done it years ago. And we went from liking our Christmas tree to just absolutely loving our Christmas tree. And this made me start to think about, there's so many different ways that this story has so many different ways we could talk about it with relation to our health and how we think about things. But for today, the thing that I want you to think about with this story it was just one simple thing. Adding more lights on the Christmas tree that made the whole difference in how our Christmas tree looked, how it felt to us, the ambiance that it gave to our room. And I want you to consider that maybe there are just one or two simple little things that you could be doing that could seriously improve the amount of pain output that you have in your life right now. So there are two, maybe three. We'll see what time I'm at by the time I get done with two things for sure that I would like to introduce you to as something you maybe could welcome into your life that could be the domino flick that starts you down the journey of becoming pain-free again. The first one, so it's not, I don't want to call them steps, but ideas, options of things that you could welcome into your life, is when you find yourself in a place where you're in pain, or even just when you wake up in the morning, is to do a body scan. You can close your eyes and just scan through your body and just looking for anywhere that you notice pain coming up, like pain in the shoulder, or maybe pain in the heart, or pain in your abdomen, wherever it is that as you scan from head to toe through your body that you find pain, is instead of being frustrated or angry that there's pain, is instead to come from a place of gratitude for your body, that whatever pain you're feeling, it's because the body is trying to take care of itself. It's so important to remember the body is not the enemy, but rather that the body, based on the tools that it has available, is doing everything it can to right the wrongs, to bring balance back to the body. So when you feel inflammation or pain or something irritating, if you could flip the switch in your brain, and instead of being so frustrated about how maybe your joints are hurting, or you're feeling the inflammation in your legs, or you're frustrated about a headache that you have, that maybe instead you can say, hello headache, I see you, I'm acknowledging that you're there. Thank you for whatever it is, body, that you are trying to take care of, even if the result is that I'm feeling a headache. Maybe it's joint pain, right? And you scan down through your fingers and your knuckles, and you're like, man, this finger knuckle is really bothering me a lot. And again, just closing your eyes and just noticing, the pain is there. Wow, I'm really grateful for whatever it is that my body is working on right there at this spot right now. So this is a practice of gratitude and seeing the pain that's in your body as a sign that the body is trying to do something to take care of itself, but also that the body is really trying to come back into balance. And these signals that we have, like pain and inflammation, headaches, maybe gut problems, they're just signs to us that the body is trying really hard to right a wrong, to fix problems, to fix imbalances. And that if we can give gratitude for the body, that separates us away from being angry at the body. Just having anger towards anything can increase the cortisol levels in our body. And this kind of takes me into the next idea that I wanted to talk about. So when cortisol lifts for any reason, then the body starts to try to right the wrongs, and that underlying inflammation all the time from trying to right an imbalance can be a trigger for eventually pushing you over your load that you just can't handle anymore, and that's where we start to feel pain. So this next idea, so the idea one was body scan. Go through the body, where are you feeling pain, and instead of being angry and pushing away, being angry at the pain, but instead being welcoming. Okay, welcoming to it, thanking the body for trying to do its very best job with the tools that are available to bring balance back to the body. And then the next idea is going back again to this, that idea of the emotions coming up. So if something that has really, really helped me this year, one is the body scan. That's why I shared it with you. And the second one is to, if I find myself in a place of not feeling good, feeling a lot of pain, I've been getting really good at going into the practice of, okay, just stopping for a moment, and what is it specifically that I'm feeling right now emotionally, without feeling like I need to judge it or I need to fix it, right? So something comes up for me, I start to notice I'm having a lot of pain, whatever that pain is exhibiting as, right? Headache, stomachache, joint pain. And then just looking really carefully, giving myself permission and a space, a container to just hold the emotions without giving them, having it be bad or good or trying to solve. So this could be, I notice that I'm angry or I'm frustrated. I am irritated, right? Any of these emotions that we don't allow our body to process, we don't even notice, we don't recognize, they are increasing at a low grade level. The cortisol hormone is just lifting up, and it just kind of becomes this underlining low grade lift of cortisol all of the time, that the body is always trying to bring back to homeostasis. So if we can welcome, and this is something, I'm not saying this is easy, it's something that probably probably my whole life, something I've really struggled with is allowing myself to feel the emotions that I'm actually feeling without judging myself. It's been quite a process of learning to do this. But I can just tell you from the bottom of my heart that as I have started to just notice without judgment, okay, I'm feeling angry, or I'm feeling worried, or I'm feeling frustrated, I feel this change in my body that does decrease the pain that I'm feeling. And it has to do with that, again, the cortisol levels dropping as the body, the mind can acknowledge, yep, I'm feeling this. There's nothing wrong with how I'm feeling. I do need to be conscious of what I do with those feelings, but the feelings themselves, just emotions are just emotions, right? There's nothing wrong with emotions. We have a whole wide range of emotions every day, and trying to pretend to ourselves that we don't have anger, or we don't have frustration, or we don't have irritation or sadness, or even happiness, right? Sometimes I think we don't allow ourselves to be happy or to have joy. And if we want to take a mind, body, spirit approach to healing, we have to acknowledge the emotions that are in the body. And I would like to invite you to start doing that. Acknowledge the emotions that you're feeling. Don't worry about having to solve them, or that they're right or they're wrong, but just that they're there. And I want you to just see how that impacts how you're feeling over the next week. And I'd love to hear about it. Let me know. So with those two things, so the body scan and then just allowing yourself to feel emotions, is the other thing that I think that I do have a moment extra longer, but I don't want to keep it much longer, is to start to think about the identity that you're giving yourself. I have to be really honest, for a long time, I've definitely held a back burner identity that I'm not a very healthy person. I've been struggled with illness for a lot of time throughout my life, whether that was food allergies or undiagnosed pain inside my body that's often turned into surgeries, an autoimmune disease. These are all titles that I kind of have subconsciously given myself. Someone who's well, who needs to live in a bubble, someone who has an autoimmune disease. I have even had an identity of a mom of a family who has mental health challenges. And I have come to realize that putting these identities on myself has kind of blocked my progression from healing. And so I've been trying to switch up the identities that I allow myself to have. Instead of being a complex trauma survivor or a Hashimoto's survivor, the identities that I'm choosing to hold now, maybe it's going to turn into a Christmas edition anyway, is the identities I'm choosing to hold are that I am a child of God. I am a daughter of Heavenly Father. And with that is coming experiences on earth that include different challenges in health, in having a body, and that's okay. That I can be a healer with Christ by my side, and that's what I'm inviting in. So my identities have completely shifted. And I want you to take time over the next couple of weeks to think about, what are the identities that you're inviting into your mind, body, spirit? And are they helping or hurting your progression in healing and your healing journey? I don't want to downplay that those identities might help us in the initial stages. I remember when I was first diagnosed with Hashimoto's, how helpful that was for me to just, I did immediately took on the identity of I have Hashimoto's, I'm Hashimoto's girl, I guess. But that helped me to go and get help and explore what I needed to do to be able to get to the point where I'm at today, where I'm not on any medication. I feel much better off of medication, but I'm managing so many things now. So having those identities, that sick Laurel, or need to stay in a bubble Laurel, or Hashimoto's Laurel, or mom of mental illness Laurel, those things did help me in the moments. But I have found that as I drop all identities, except the identities that speak healing into my body, I have found more and more and more healing. So the things I would like you to think about this week: what identities are you allowing to hold for yourself, especially when it comes to how your healing abilities? And then to welcome emotions in your body. Welcome them without judgment. Just acknowledge that they're there. And then maybe you go to therapy and you address them. But sometimes I have found in my life that by just acknowledging that, yes, I'm not upset, or whatever the emotion is, that just the acknowledgement helps my nervous system to find the regulation it needs to deal with it. Otherwise, again, and I don't know if I really said this well, so when you have an emotion that is unaddressed or unseen, then the body just kind of tucks it away and stores it somewhere in the body. It's kind of like computers. We put something in a file and it's there until we either delete it or do something with it. And that is what is raising the cortisol levels. And so we want to address those emotions and let them be heard and let them be seen, so that the nervous system can continue to regulate, which helps the cortisol levels to be balanced. And okay, identity, allowing without judgment the emotions that you're feeling, just being aware that it's different to see and acknowledge the emotions. You don't have to act on them, right? Just because we're angry doesn't mean we have to explode out to somebody. And then also to welcome body scanning into your life. Scan the body and find where you're feeling the pain, and instead of being angry at it, to welcome it as a sign that the body is trying really hard to right and rebalance. Try those 3 things out and just see what happens. And maybe you just need to try one at a time. You don't have to do them all. These are just suggestions. And then the last thing I want, just as we wrap up, in my last newsletter, I think if you read it, you remember that I talked to you about this chicken dinner that I found in my fridge maybe 2 or 3 weeks later that I had prepped, but never done anything about. So it was full of vegetables, a whole chicken ready to get put into an Instapot to become a meal for us and turn into bone broth. I had all plans for it, but I put it out into a different fridge, kind of stored it away for a couple of days later, and then I completely forgot about it. And besides the sadness of the money that I wasted and everything, what I want you to take from that story is that, and the horrible smells that were there when we found it and threw it away, is that you can learn from me and from anybody else all the things that you can do to help yourself feel better. But if all you're doing is prepping and learning, it will never turn into producing change for you in your life. So like my prepped chicken dinner, I don't want you to go and forget the things that you've learned and just store them away. I want you to take action. Okay, next time I'm going to try to do much better at putting the food I've prepped into the Instant Pot to cook. And I want you to take something that you've learned, whether it's from a previous newsletter, today's YouTube video. I want you to take things that you're learning and actually try to implement them. Just do them one at a time so it's not overwhelming, but do not be the spoiled chicken dinner. Go implement and try and put these things that you're learning into your life so that you can produce change for yourself. I have seen healing in my own life. I know that you can bring a more well-rounded health back into your life, no matter what it is that you are struggling with chronically. It doesn't matter. There is always something that you can do to help improve the situation that you are in. And I cannot wait to hear from you what it is that you've implemented and how it's going for you. If you are feeling like, I really need some private coaching, this is all a little too overwhelming for me to think about on my own, and you want me to look at your specific case, there really is not a one-size-fits-all protocol because everyone's different, coming from different backgrounds, different emotions, different traumas, different family situations, different personal health situations, that it's so helpful to have somebody look at your specific case study and what's going on to be able to make those individualized, unique recommendations to help you move forward in your journey. And I would be so honored to be that person if you are looking for a more holistic, integrative provider that can look at the whole you, your mind, your body, and your spirit. All you need to do is go down and sign up for a free health consult in my link below. If you're on the YouTube video, if you're reading the newsletter, then you just know it's just in the newsletter. You can find it there. And then also my free gift, if you're just coming across me for the first time, I do have a free ebook that I wrote last year that I've been giving away on my best recommendations for decreasing stress in your life and improving your mental health. That's probably one of the most important things to jumping yourself forward in starting to heal and letting go of inflammation and pain and moving forward in a health healing journey. So that's it for today. I love you so much. Thank you for your time, and I cannot wait to hear how these things land for you and what you implement. I'll see you next week.